And the mind there won't know. Greetings to you all, my people. How are you faring? How are you doing? This is me, Dibia Wangu Chendo. I believe in going straight to the point. I don't want to talk, unnecessarily because I always like being direct. I don't like wasting people's time. Today, I want to teach about having a spiritual template and spiritual goal. This is for the spiritualists, the Dibias, the Ezenwoke, the Ezenwai, the Akajiofo, whoever you are. The need to have a spiritual template so that when people come to you for consultation, you don't beat about the bush. You don't start doing unnecessary razzmatazz. You don't start, appearing as if you don't know what you are called for. You don't start fooling yourself. You don't put unnecessary protocols before people can have access to you. If you know what you are doing. If you know what you're doing, you always go straight to the point. You always be direct. Equally you that you want to consult a spiritualist or a Dibia. Always go straight to the point after greeting. I want to do spiritual consultation. On what? About my life. Because there are different kinds of spiritual consultation. There is one that is encompassing. There is one that is about your foundation. There is one that is about your past life. There is one that is about your future. It depends. There is one about your foundation, your family. It depends. So be specific. I want to ask about my own life, or I want to ask about my family, or I want to know about my past life, so that the Dibia can know what he or she is doing. It's not after doing spiritual consultation for you start asking questions that is off point. And of course, they have their own spiritual capability. You don't go beyond your spiritual boundary. You don't go running faster or more than your spiritual guide. There are always repercussions. All right? So what is a spiritual template? A template is a basic means to enforce overall consistency by having a predetermined structure, layout, and pattern. A predetermined structure, layout, and pattern. I hope you are listening. So applying it for spiritual purpose is a great way to maintain consistency for effective use of one's spiritual and personal abilities. Now, a spiritual template is something that, when established, serves as a pattern to make a difference in today's ordinary spirituality without going around in circles. People come to you for consultation. Feel fun. There are some that are like that. It's necessary. Maybe the person is keeping records. In today's spirituality, yes, it's good to take records, to keep data of people who visit you in case of anything. Because there are a lot of people going around looking for who to destroy. So probably you need evidence. Don't always say, oh, if I'm more can because you are educated, you now jettison your education, you throw it out of the window and start behaving like somebody, that doesn't have, a brain box. As long as you are educated, whether a graduate, secondary school leaver, a professor, in this spirituality, in this spiritual field, you have your area of specialization. There is need to keep data of people who come to you. Date, time, their mission. Because one day you might need it. It is also a determinant on if you will attend to such persons. Yes, because sometimes our spiritual guys, they are selective. Somebody can come to you, tell the person, no, go and meet so person. Or no, I will not attend to such personality. Because they might corrupt you, they might taint your spirit. Or they have come for a mission that it is not part of your vision. in this spiritual journey. I'm talking about the Yahoo boys. There are some dibias that are comfortable working for them. And of course, if you are working for them, you are also a thief. I personally advise them, go and learn a skill. Listen, you are doing that, the white people, they stole from us, that is that money that you want to get back from them. It's hogwash. That is cock and bull story. I am not buying into that at all. So if you are working for them, you are also one of them. That is me for you. I will tell you the truth. So if they are those types of people, outrightly, from the form, the way you structure, the things they will feel, you will know. If you are in spirit that time, you will also know. Even from their names, the kind of name they answer, you will know. Because some of them, they don't answer their real names. You will know. Their mission for coming, maybe I want to get money fast, I want to do this, that. You will also know. And you be on your guard. So a spiritual template is something that, when established, serves as a pattern to make a difference in today's ordinary Igbo spirituality without going around in circles. Alright, this is applicable to a spiritualist who has harnessed their powers and fine-tuned them for positive use. You see that? Positivity. That is what we are here for. Personally, me, that is what I stand for. That is why you don't see me, display photographs of me doing one spiritual work or the other. I don't do that. It's against my spiritual ethics. And I tell people, even the video, I won't video anything to show you proof. If you believe, it will work for you. If you don't believe, that is your own cup of tea. Or if you want, you come. You see it in front of you. We'll do the spiritual work. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm not here to be the best. I'm not here to... Of course, everybody have their own modus operandi. We don't have the same. There are people who are proud. They go to the river. They, all this for attention. But in the true sense of the word, spirits don't like that. All right? They don't. Even before I started this journey, that was when I became aware that my own spiritual guide do not need me to video anything. It was during the the beginning of my journey, I discovered that I lost 2 phones while trying to video what I don't know. It shut down by itself. Let me not tell that story. At least it's an eye-opener. The more reason why I don't. It's a different thing that you snap the materials and show the person so that the person will know that you have already bought it. It's just to do the work. That is a different thing. I personally, I don't video spiritual work. Ịchọ ejila aka gị bịa anụọ ya n'iru gị na-afịa. Ịchọrọ ekwenye n'okwukwe. Ntancha bụ ofu ife aha. So what am I saying? That having a spiritual template will now make you to go straight to the point without going around in circles. All right? There are some that have been blessed already that when they are seeing people, the people, they come in large groups. 20, 10, 30, 5. It depends, it depends. I'm not talking about the people who are using other means, to energize, their customers to come to them. The people who are using the okite to make people to come. I'm not talking about those people. But even if you fall under that category, you should know the proper thing to do. Have a spiritual template. If you tend to have large number of people come to you for consultation, then it is pertinent that you attend to these people using a spiritual template without delay. You go straight to the point. Are you listening? For instance, a dibia who is a new initiate will not understand the rigorous spiritual activities that goes on in their ordained area of specialization without prior understanding of Igbo culture and tradition. They will feel bemused and inferior as spiritual clarity is lacking within them. Are you listening? So when you expect the dibia to start checking on the ben near Nemia, on the ben near Nemia, that is bullshit. You don't walk that way. What do you do? The spiritual template, check if the person has blood-stained hands. 2, does the person have a call? 3, is the person in good terms with Ndi Chi? And the spiritual guy, is the person in good terms with Akwali? Is the person in good terms with Alose? Is the person in good terms with Ndi Media? These are the pillars that makes up one spirituality. That if you are an experienced Dibia, you go straight and check those things and give the person result. Once the person aligns and appeases those areas, you see everything will start working for their own good. Now, there is something that most people, they are surprised. They keep asking me, why don't my Afa call people's name? And I ask, which person's name do you want Afa to call? They say, I think somebody is responsible for my situation, for my this. Somebody might be responsible physically, but spiritually, there is a spirit you have not appeased. Then that is why they are disturbing, using that person as a vessel. Now, you find out that if you go for Alpha consultation, you get your result, and you now decide to do your spiritual work, and after doing the spiritual work, you will be surprised that that same person you are seeing as an enemy will turn around to be your friend. You'll be like, what's going on? Is it not this person that hates me and the ground I walk on and everything? It is because you have appeased the spirits behind that. So you see, that is why it's not good for name calling. There are sometimes you offend your spiritual guides and they will want to, teach you a lesson so that you will, how will I say it? You will withdraw the wrong steps you are taking. You will back off from that. If they give you such spiritual lesson, teach you such spiritual lesson, won't you learn? Won't you learn from your mistake? Won't you retrace your steps? Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Retrace your steps. Won't you? So that is it. Don't expect Alpha to tell you somebody's name, this, that. But if there is Ogu, Juju, yes, Alpha can say that. It can require maybe Ogu. They have to start asking, who did the Ogu, who did this, who did that? It is when you walk on the spiritual revelation via spiritual work and you see the effectiveness, the person behind it will confess or withdraw and never try it again, or use his or her own life to pay for the evil deed. Because most times, wisdom is profitable to direct. You keep calling names because you are an amateur Dibia. What do you expect? You are going to scatter homes. You are going to create calamity and catastrophe. You are going to cause division. You are going to cause more fight and quarrel. So wisdom says that even if Alpha shows you through your natural or senabo, keep it. Keep it to yourself. Just mention that, yes, it is Ogu that you are seeing. You have to destroy this so there will be progress. You have to do this so people will be emancipated and liberated. And prosperity and progress will come rather than saying people's names. So to a new Dibia who is waiting for 7 years to start doing spiritual work, or for 7 years, to I don't know what they are waiting for. For Alpha to go a certain direction, you are in for a long time. Because spirituality is not how old you are or how experienced you are. It is how active you are spiritually. It is not how far, but how well are you serving? How well are you serving Chuku? How well are you serving your spiritual guides? How well are they serving you too? It is not that you have been 20 years on this field. You can be 20 years, as a Dibia, actively on Dibia field. Yet you don't have that power to command situations to change. You don't have that power to decree or do spiritual work for situation to change. The problems still continue to linger. You can see a Dibia of today, not quite 3 months or 3 years in the field, with that power, with that authority. They will come and do the work, or they will not even do the work. Just their presence is enough to destroy things, because there are people who are spiritually gifted. Just stepping in a place, they destroy every charm. Stepping in a place, evil people will run away. There are people like that. They are carriers of power, vessels of honor, vessels of power. And Dibia. I hope you know that Dibias have different categories. There are ones that learnt it, as a profession. Then there are ones that are divinely ordained. That is the Onatarachi Dibia. There is nothing that they do or use that the gods won't answer. They will surely answer, because they were ordained right from the womb. All right? So, a spiritual template matters a lot because it saves time. It saves energy. It saves stress. It saves further delay. If you take a long-term approach to, do things spiritually, then you will experience hiccups. It will not go well. So if you are called to serve humanity and the people is meant to be liberated by you, you keep delaying, it will bring a problem for you. Now, I want to address those people who are called to serve and you are still waiting to do your album, still waiting to do this, do that. You take it gradually. The power is already in you. It's just that you need maybe financial favor to be able to institute your album and appease your chi and the other forces. If you keep quiet and fold your hands, you can't achieve anything. The power that is evident, then use it. Start using it to work. There was a lady I was discussing with, when I told her that I was in Celestial Church, that was where I started my spiritual journey. She was, not happy in her heart. Because I came into Dibiahood not quite 3 years now. But that does not mean that I will disregard all my spiritual experiences and expertise when I was in Celestial Church as a prophetess. I am not going to discard that. So when you are counting, you count my years when I started manifesting till today. That is how long I have been in spirituality. And if you are conversant with Celestial Church of Christ, it's almost like Oludibiakwa. Do you understand? For those who know Celestial Church, there is no difference. Is it the white? I am wearing the white. The only thing is that they don't like red color and black, because they say red signifies mourning, and red signifies danger, and black signifies mourning. But here in ordinary, red signifies royalty. White is purity everywhere in the whole world. So I can't discard those experiences. She herself that was asking me the question, she has a call. But she's still waiting. She said after 7 years on initiation into Dibiahood, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand. Because I told her right from 3 years, I started manifesting. Without any agu being instituted or installed. That is Onatarachi Dibia for you. I hope you are paying attention. Nobody taught me how to wafa. Nobody taught me spiritual work. My Ezumezu will come. I hear the voice. I see with my eyes. The dream, I dream. Every nook and cranny, and in fact, every method, everything. They are on the page. So it baffled her. I told her, once you come to ordinary, clear your spiritual foundation, do the things that are necessary, that are required. You start your work. Why are you dilly-dallying? Why are you wasting time? She was dumbfounded because somebody somewhere who is a mentor deceived her that she will wait for 7 years or 14 years in the wilderness, go to the graveyard, go to Aguaka, go to, you know, Agu is like a wilderness now. Where you go, they say you are communing with spirit, you are communing with your Ndiotu. Nnam, my brothers and sisters, mine is Onatarachi. That is why I'm not bothered. I'm not fazed with all those long processes. She was like trying to make me see that this is the best way to go about it because her mentor said. And this lady has forgotten that over how many years of her life she has been suffering from depression, you know, trying to be suicidal, you know, financial lack and the rest. That is agwe na mie shege, agwe na mie ta ushionu. Then she's opportune to come back to Nigeria and arrange her spirit and the rest. And later she's still saying she's waiting for more years. Anyway, everybody with his own. All I know is that when I didn't know that I'm meant to serve in ordinary way, I suffered. I know what I lost. So I don't have time to start waiting. They will tell me 7 years, 14 years. I will go to the mortuary and sleep, or I will go to the what is it called? Cemetery and sleep. I will go to the river and stay there for 4 days, for 1 week, and whatever. I don't have that time because I've lost a lot. I lost a lot while I was wasting time. That is why you must have a spiritual template. You know what you are doing. Once you have verified that you have that call, please channel yourself, you know, to start. Time waits for nobody. So that you can accomplish a lot, not by your own making, but with the help of your resumes and around more before your time is up. Yes, because that lady came to me for spiritual consultation. And I went straight to the point, without wasting time, told her the things, you know, to arrange so that she will be okay spiritually. That is the way I do my own. I don't waste time. I go straight to the point. If you're not in good terms with your chi, I will tell you. If your chi is demanding for something, you will know. I think that is Afa on its own. But for me to start calling people's name, am I stupid? I think that was the kind of Afa she was expecting. But my Afa goes direct to the point. The foundation, the pillars of your life. Once I check it, if there is any fault, I'll tell you this is where the fault is. If it's in truth, if it's in the middle. Don't mind these people that want DBS to be doing Afa like church people. You are wearing red bra or black pants. You ate obono before coming. Yes, you are mighty, you are this, you are that. I'm not seeking for the praise of humans. It's my spirit, my spiritual guides, that I want them to always be happy with me, that I want them to always respond when I call, when I bring a problem for solution, when I summon them. That is all what I want. I don't need human validation. So probably she was expecting that. And she brought some names that I did Afa for. The same thing. She became mad. She was like, it's like you have a spiritual template that the same thing, the Afa of this person is the same thing with this one, the same thing with this one. I said, yes, I have a spiritual template, my dear. I don't like wasting time. Do you know the number of Afa that I do in a day? Do you know that? Coupled that I am also teaching. I'm also working. I always say this on my page that I'm a working class Dibia. Yes. And again, if you have call, that does not mean you abandon your job. No. Except if your spiritual guy says no, you will stop it. By then, they would have made provision for you so that you will no longer, You will not never be hungry in your life. You will never lack. Are you listening? Don't abandon your job because you have called to serve mankind using water, earth, air, sand, sun, the natural elements, natural bodies to liberate mankind, So she went mad. And I now asked her, are you trying to say that the Alpha consultation is wrong? What is wrong there? She said, because I have a particular template. I say, yes, I use that template because a lot of people come to me. I don't like wasting people's time. If I waste time, maybe I'm occupied with, activity, school activity. That is then. I will tell them by weekend, I will do that Alpha. Sometimes I'll be sleeping at night. They will wake me up. I'll go and do the person's Alpha. Send the person result. But sometimes what you see today is that people, they exchange, recorded voice notes of their Alpha result. They exchange videos, Someone has sent me a video to check whether the job, the spiritual work they did, whether it went through or whether it's the right process or not. So we all have to be careful. You Dibia, there's the work and there's the one. Have a spiritual template. Mine is from day one. I will tell you, I don't video any spiritual work. Call me a scammer. That is your business. I am not answerable to you. I'm just answerable to my Oramuo, Chuku, and the host of them that called me to serve. I'm only answerable to them. So, what brings you to me? If not my Oramuo, if not that you are meant to be liberated, by me. Now also, I think why that lady was angry is because the people that she brought their names, they also have call like she herself. And my Alpha attested to the fact that she is called to serve. Oh, Dibia Kobo. So she didn't see that treason. She didn't see that Ezioku in that my Alpha is to complain about me having a spiritual template. And this person complaining has never bought Alpha for even one person, for even an ant for one day. And she's already condemning people. Condemning people who have been in this spiritual field before her own awakening. And she's wasting time. The people she's meant to liberate, they are dying. Some are sick. Some are already in the grave. Some have had accidents. The people she was meant to save, because she's waiting for 14 years or 7 years mandate given to her by her mentor, that will make her Dibia. Can you imagine? And people like me from the age of 3 have been interacting with spirits and seeing them korokoro with my 2 naked eyes and relaying spiritual messages. I'm prophesying and doing spiritual work, which is midnight 12, which is 3 road junction or 4 road junction. It's for long before my return to ordinary. And once I ascertained that, yes, this is where you are called, not in the church, I challenge those spirits too to prove themselves by bringing the financial wherewithal for me to institute my agun, appease my chi, my indiotu, everything. And they did it. So what more validation do I need from a mere mortal? From a newbie, from a beginner that is condemning me because I have a spiritual template? My dear, if you are coming to me for Alpha and you want me to tell you that your mother is behind your problem, or your father or your sister or so person took your name to, you won't hear that from me. But I will give you the Alpha that when you arrange your foundation, your spiritual guide will be activated and they will fight for you. They will become your warriors, your protectors, your revelational spirit. your blessing bearers. They will become all what Chineke made them to be and wants them to be for you in your life. That is a sure promise. Except you are not meant to be liberated by me. And you know the glory is not for me, it's for my Ezumezu and Oramuo. My Arobunagu Dile. Very active, very powerful. Are you listening? Now this lady, because she's waiting for 14 years and whatever, she went through, she said, some initiation rites, you know, and that initiation rite, I see it by her mentor as a systematic way of exploiting her, because it all involves money. Obria. Then she borrowed some money to come back to Nigeria for solution. While she was in Nigeria, she was also borrowing money. This is the person that is castigating me for having a spiritual template, because she wants it to be like a Nollywood movie for her. So she will have time, you know, to go through the initiation processes and all that. Na when the onatarachi na robere agwu. Mmụọ ha dị ike gụlụ ọlụ erike mgbe. Ọchọzịa ka dị kafa na amaro dịlị self, their spiritual lineage, doesn't know anything about that. Doesn't even know herself. I'm not here to make mouth, but there are some certain things that you undergo and you find out that Agu is behind it. You don't need to waste time. You don't need any man or woman, you know, to be an obstruction to you to answer that your call. All you need is encouragement, the financial wherewithal to arrange and institute all the needed spiritual guide and activate them to start your work. As you activate them. If you need help, that is when you can undergo spiritual tutelage. And you know that there are people who learn on the field. There are people who learn by observation. There are people who don't learn at all. Their Agu teaches them everything. They come to the dream and talk to them. They appear to them physically and talk to them because their pineal gland is open, because they are receptive, because they are humble in their heart. They don't think dirty thoughts. So why should she expect me to drag my feet before I do spiritual consultation? Because of the way I responded swiftly, you know, I was very swift. The offer didn't take me a day. And I told her this is where they are going to work on in their life. And to their shame today, all what I said is what is true, what they are undergoing in their life and what has happened and what they need to do to get things right. But since she was maybe feeling, should I say, she had low self-esteem, she wanted to drag me down to her level as a beginner. She felt that I'm talking jargon, I'm talking trash, that there is no need for a spiritual template. One day, if people come to you for consultation, they sit down and line up. You know, you don't have a spiritual template. You are going to fail. Except you are the egoistic type. You want people to know, oh yes, in the matter and Kem. Why will you waste people's time? If you are not lazy, why will you waste people's time? You have a spiritual template. Once the person comes in, check. The Akovala or Melhalo. Check. Is the person in good terms with Agu? Is it Agu that is disturbing? What kind of Agu? Check. Is it indeed Chi? Check. Aquarium, check. Alright? Chi. Alose. Umwada. Because she doesn't know the pillars that make up this spirituality in Ordinary Igbo. That is why I like my Agu. Odebuoge. And sometimes the way the thing happens, it amazes me, but I have to flow with it. That is why Agu is there for you. The things you don't know, they will move you forward, prepare you, the spirit. You know it even before other people will come to know it. If they now know it and start making noise, you'll be like, this thing that I've known. Why is it a new thing? That's how my Agu is. Probably that's why because you have already gone how many times? You have already known how everything is and solution and the rest of it. That is how to be in command. That is how an active Oramuo is. Not wasting time. 1 week, maybe you are still waiting for a result. Or 3 days, you are still waiting for a result. I say whenever I delay in Alpha consultation, no, it is because I am busy with school activity, work. I work. I am a working class Dibia. I always say this. I am a working class Dibia. Alright? I don't like wasting people's time. You know, a teacher is always straight to the point. Time conscious. Knows how to manage time. That is me for you. So yes, it's good as a Dibia that you have a spiritual template to avoid work piling up. Olonde mmadu tokosia enaje mbosi eje mmiri me bukosi. Bosi ya long can bukosi. As the work is coming, that is how you are doing it. When you have a you clear it, no debt, spiritual debt or spiritual work load. You know, go straight to the point. Don't go and do the effort that will break homes. Use your wisdom. Don't go and reveal things that will shatter the family, that will make husband and wife, you know. Sometimes as a Dibia, you are also a counselor. You see things, you have to call the person. Do the person do spiritually and tell the person no one to try again. If you do so spiritual work, it means that she's going to be exposed or he is going to be exposed. Treat your partner well. Don't start saying your partner is cheating on a one alone, on a man can one a man cause. Libiale wafa, libiale wafa. And I call two. And there are clients that are not matured. They cannot digest spiritual messages responsibly. And those are the type that circulate their alpha messages. Now, once I notice if I want to do alpha for you, and my Robonago says, don't do voice note. I will call you. I will call you direct on WhatsApp or ask you when will you be online. I will call you and deliver your message to you. It will not again no ya. Also, there also a record from your end. That is your own cup of tea. And a word of advice to those people who circulate spiritual messages, alpha messages. You are comparing and contrasting one Dibia or the other. The day the Ezumezu that works with such Dibia will deal with you, you'll be asking what happened. It might be that day that your phone will fall and break. Pata. It might be that day that you will have the worst day you will ever have in your life. Be careful. Have spiritual maturity once your message is given to you. If you don't understand things immediately, calm down, sleep over it. Then you can ask questions that you don't understand. Sometimes, if you have done alpha previously somewhere and you want to confirm, please go straight to the point and tell the Dibia that you want to confirm this alpha. Instead of saying you want to do spiritual consultation, and the Dibia now goes again to do consultation, and the same thing you have worked on, the Dibia will now say it because OFM more spiritual. For you to know that this person is also a Dibia. Ogafia na spiritual radar. It will be seen in the Dibia's own spiritual radar. It does not mean that the one you did not work. It is left for you to say that I did so work. I want to confirm if it went through. But I normally tell people, if I work for you, 2 things you will experience: peace, udobi, and you have dream. You must dream. Then if you don't dream, you will have that peace. There will be something remarkable that will happen for you. As long as you are spiritually pure. Because there are some people who come for spiritual work, they are dirty. They will be lying to you. They have already had sex and the rest of it. Then tomorrow they will start bad-mouthing you that the work you did for them didn't go through this, that, and that. I also take my time to tell people, if you are coming for me to work for you, abstain from sex, no quarreling, no fighting. Even if you still come, I'm going to with alligator pepper and okoko at that moment in time. If you go back and you start fucking yourself away, you are the one spoiling your work, not me. This is spirituality. We need to educate people, as I'm doing now on YouTube. Keep yourself clean before and after the spiritual work. Give time. Not start looking for what to say, how to castigate the spiritualists, how to, badmouth the Dibia. You are doing yourself. Stop all those sharing of voice note and this and that. If you want to share your life away, share your destiny away. That is not my problem. All I'm telling you is, all I'm saying is advising you, giving you advice, counseling you. All right? That is me for you. So having a spiritual template does not mean that the Dibia Amara Abafa. It means that the Dibia is experienced and goes straight to the point. Doesn't waste your time. Wants things to be okay for you. Each on the oponya for ponkafa. Or go even when you want to do spiritual work, you see heap loads of spiritual items or spiritual this and that. Spiritual animals, the dried ones and the fresh ones. This is me, Dibia Wangu Chendo, rounding off my teaching on the need to have a spiritual template, because it saves time and energy. You avoid your workload piling up. You avoid inanities. You don't waste your time. You don't waste the client's time. It shows you know what you are doing. As long as you are also educated, you have to apply it, that side of your being educated, in this spirituality. It goes hand in hand, because your Ezumezu and Oramo knows why they allowed you to attain and achieve that spiritual, height, and the educational height too. If you have masters, you have your doctorate, you have your degree, it should reflect in your work as a spiritualist, as a Dibia. You'll be well organized. Your environment will be neat. You dress responsibly. You talk responsibly. You do your divination responsibly. All right? So let's call it a day. Please invite your friends and family to like my channel, to subscribe, and also share. Please share. I want you to share. All right? Be blessed. Enona gozionu. Ezumezu na ora mmụọ niile so mbi ụwa. Gozionu. Ka arọbụna agụ unu dị ile. Etu nke mwa si wee dị ile. Udo.